US Ambassador Eric Garcetti also spoke about the other concern that now US has raised, and India said do not interfere in India's internal matters. That's the implementation of CAA. And he said that irrespective, we share certain values, we have certain values. You can question our imperfect democracy, and we also will continue to monitor and do so with regards to India. The fact that the cutoff date is 2014, and the people who've already come in are already in. Now, if we are looking at only Hindus, Sikhs, Parsis, Christians, and not Muslims, is that not discriminatory, is what maybe the West is looking at. So how do you look at the Western view, or how the West is looking at the implementation of CAA?
Well, look, I'm not questioning the imperfections or otherwise of their democracy or their principles or lack of it. I'm questioning their understanding of our history. Okay? I mean, if you hear the comments from many parts of the world, it is as though the partition of India never happened. You know, and that there were no consequential problems which the CAA is supposed to address. So, if you take a problem, remove all the historical context from it, sanitize it and make it into a political correctness argument and say, oh, I have principles and don't you have principles? I have principles too. And one of my principles is obligation to people who were let down at the time of partition. And I think the Home Minister spoke very eloquently on it yesterday. So the second is, I also have a problem when people don't hold up a mirror to their own policies. You know. So if you say, oh, you are picking some faiths and not some other faiths, okay, I'll give you a few examples of it. You know, have you heard of something called the Vanik-Jackson Amendment, which is about the Jews from Soviet Union? So you would ask yourself, why only Jews? Then there was the Lautenberg Amendment, which was about Christians and Jews, again 1989, Soviet Union. There was the Specter Amendment, which was a few years later, which was about Baha'is. It was about, there was a law which was about a particular ethnicity from Vietnam who were fast-tracked for citizenship because they had fought alongside the Americans. There was fast-tracking of Hungarians after the Hungarian Revolution. There was fast-tracking of the Cubans in the 1960s. So if you were to ask me, have other countries, other democracies fast-tracked on the basis of ethnicity, faith, social attributes, I can give you any number of examples. Now, if I were to also say, you know, after all, why is the situation important? Because very often, when you have something very, very cataclysmic, something really very major, it's not possible to deal with all the consequences right then and there. And I think again yesterday Amit Bhai explained that the leadership of this country had promised to these minorities that if you have a problem, you are welcome to come to India. The leadership didn't thereafter deliver on that promise. Now, it's not just our predicament. You know, if you look in Europe, many European countries fast-tracked the citizenship of people who are left behind in the World War, or in some cases, much before the World War. Some historical issue which was not addressed, but you said, I have a moral obligation to that community. So the world is full of examples.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.